Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and welcome back to November 9th, 2025. I have not done my card of the month for October, so that's what this is. As you know, I do a year ahead spread either December 31st or January 1st for the following year. And then I go back at the end of each month and look at the card and reflect on how it affected me during the month. And I'm always surprised. And this year I decided to add in my card of the year to... And so this year, I don't know where I was, I had deposit. This year I decided to add in my card of the year to kind of go over both cards and how they come together and all that. So, without further ado, this is from the Folkloric Forest Tarot, and the deck I used for my year ahead spread was the Unfolding Path Tarot. This is the mass market version. I do have the other version too, but I don't really use it for... kind of retired it, so, because I don't like the card stuff. But the Folkloric Forest Tarot has my card of the year, which is the Judgment card. I love this deck so hard. And she's making the water deck next. And if you haven't seen it, it's already on, it's not on Kickstarter, but it's on Kickstarter to, you can see like some of the card, not some of the card, I think you can see some of the cards, and do a pre-thing where it alerts you when it shows up for Kickstarter, when the Kickstarter begins. So she's already got that deck in line for next, so that's awesome. So that's, yeah, anyway, the Judgment card was my card of the year. Every single time I start a video, either a dog or a cat or a kid or a husband, these dogs lately with this time change, they're up way earlier in the morning, keeping us up, and then it's afternoon right now, and they're just, Anyway, the Judgment card was my card of the year, and I've felt, I have gone a little bit deep with this card this year, just because I'm always pulling it for some reason. Well, I know why. To me, so it's about self-judgment, because I'm trying to break the patterns of self-judging myself. Anyway, and then my card of the month for October was the Hangman, or the Hanged, just hanged in this card. And looking back, I do feel very much there was time where I was like suspended in, I was forced to see someone else's perspective on things. I was sick half the month. I was sick half of September into about halfway through October. For some reason, my cough is coming back. I don't know why. It's kind of making me a little scared, because this cold I had this last time lasted over a month, and it was not a normal cold. Like, it started off as a common cold that turned into pneumonia, that turned into me having to be hospitalized, and issues with my heart started again, and I was just like, what is happening? And then since then, I'm still wheezing, like wheezing hardcore, and it's weird. It's almost like something broke when I had this cold, and it's not normal. So it's kind of scaring me a little bit, because the wheezing, the coughing is coming back, and I'm like, I feel fine other than that, and I do still feel run down, just because I haven't had a break. I was sick, went to work. And then my second son, my youngest son, got a job, another job. So I've been working with him, like taking him back and forth. I just feel like I'm running all the time, and that is not conducive when your body is trying to catch a cold. You need to take time to rest and relax, and I'm just not. And with this time change, I'm going to sleep later, waking up earlier. The dogs are waking up at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm unable to go back to sleep. It's been crazy. But this hangman, there was an issue with a coworker at work. They were just never there. And I'm just like, I can't do my job if I don't know when they're going to just show up. And I understood there were some issues going on with her mother. And I was trying my darndest to see her side of things. I just couldn't, because I was so wrapped up in, I'm trying to get better. I'm still having to come to work every day. People are relying on me to do my job. And it was just a whole thing. And there was a point in the month where I said, I call uncle, I give up. And I really sat down and had a conversation with her, my boss. Some other people were involved, and it really helped me to kind of calm down and see her perspective and see where she was coming from, and I understood that. So it actually calmed me down quite a bit. And oh my god, this dog, hold on. Okay. Plus, I have a dog that, she's a border collie mix. Border collies are known for, apparently, liking colder weather, and it was 20 something degrees this morning when I got up, and I live in the Midwest. Yes, we should have cold weather, not this soon, this cold. I know it's January 9th, November 9th, but we were at 70 degree weather, and then it turned cold, so immediately. So we've had no gradual cold, but my dog loves this type of weather. She'll sit out there all day long. And she's killing me. Because she's wanting out every 10 minutes all day long. And I'm like, since 3 a.m. And I'm like, you're killing me. And it's now 3:30 p.m. Yeah. So she wore me out today. Anyway, back to the hanged one, or the hanged. I don't really resonate with this card a whole bunch. I don't pull it a whole lot. So it really... didn't dawn on me that this was my card. I'd forgotten all about it until I pulled, and I'm like, oh, that's why A, B, and C happened, because this was my card of the month. So I just find it fascinating, and I say this probably every single video. I find it fascinating how I can go, we're in November, I have not looked at this card since January. Was that 11 months? For October, and it's dead on every time, and I'm like, I should not be surprised, but at the same time, I'm surprised every time that the cards always know. The cards always know. So I was kind of forced to see someone else's side of things, and it just reminded me to be a person that's open to all things in all situations. And in fact, when I did my week ahead spread this morning, I touched on that as well, even though I did not remember that the Hangman was my card of the month for October. So I found that very fascinating, and I'm going to read real quick what it says in the Unfolding Path Tarot. Do you have a little book? Do I have a book for that one? That's Judgment card. I did pull the card for that too, but we'll see. And I found it interesting because all of my favorite hangmans are in this. I have 10 more to show you, and most of them are animals. So I'm like, I found that interesting. So we have the hanged. And of course, as we know, it's a major card from the Major Arcana. So that makes it even more, I need to sit up and take notice. New perspective, surrender. And so I did that. I was like, yeah, I call uncle, I give up, I'm leaning into the skid, whatever you want to call it. I surrendered to whatever happens is going to happen. However the chips may fall is how they're going to fall. And I think once I did that, I started actually relaxing and seeing her side of things. Anyway, new perspective, surrender, inactivity, stasis, delay, letting go, release, control, sacrifice. And we're going to see the word sacrifice again in another card I picked, maybe two. And letting go has been the theme of my life since I started reading tarot, since I started my whole spiritual journey. It's been the whole and release control. As a Virgo, those are foreign words to me because we as Virgos have control in all things. All things. If we can't control a situation, we're not going to participate. So it's very hard to tell Virgo to surrender, let go. No. Release control. No. If you are feeling stuck, whether emotionally, spiritually, or in some area of your life, stop for a moment and give yourself time to process your current situation. Is there something you are struggling against or overly attached to? Could now be the time to let go and practice non-attachment. This card suggests that you might be required to make a sacrifice. The sacrifice is needed and will ultimately move you in the right direction when the time is right. In this time of delay or inactivity, take the opportunity to consciously consider your current position from different viewpoints. A shift in your perspective could shift your world. Wow. I love that. Now, I like that the mass market has a bigger book because the oh my god, words. The indie has just a pamphlet with it. So I like that they've expanded on the mass market version of this deck. Okay, so let's show you some other cards. I don't know which one I want to show you the most just because they're all beautiful. So we'll go with the, okay, anyway, so we have, where did I put that other one? Okay, so the first one I looked at was the Labanco Tarot. This is the new mass market version, and I'm going to read that, what it says. And I did say most of these are animals, but some of them are people. I did read when I first, did I just turn that? No, I didn't. When I first got this deck and started reading it, I felt like there was poetry in it, and I haven't read it since then. So we're just going to look at, wait a minute, death. The Hanged Man contorts himself, tied against the rough bark of the tree, and hanging amongst the vines. Even in the predicament, his expression is one of peace. And look, he's underwater except for his nose and mouth. He can breathe the air, but the rest of him is underwater. That's interesting. Divinatory meaning. The hangman is about finding new perspective in sometimes extreme conditions. Sometimes those conditions are voluntary, but oftentimes they are not. Uncomfortable, they are brought upon us abruptly, forcing us into new and uncomfortable positions, upending our routines and points of view in which we'd previously been comfortable. You can fight the upending, or you can ride it and enjoy the new view. Sometimes the hangman is an indicator of burnout. Either your system is forcing a change in routine because the old one is unsustainable, or it may very soon. Do not be afraid to take the pause and take in new avenues of change. The hangman is being lowered into the water, but not so that he cannot breathe, only to quiet the other senses, to have a moment of peace and different stimulus. If you're stuck somewhere, consider a pause, upend yourself. Wow. Reverse, the hangman suggests that the pause might have gone on too long. And I've said this very much about the hermit because I am very much a hermit as a Virgo. It is time to take what you have learned and right yourself and weave it into your new life. Alternately, you might be spinning your wheels. The burnout has happened, but you haven't made the decision to rest and refresh, and thus you are stuck. I think that's where I'm at right now. The hangman reverse can suggest procrastination to no end, a prolonging of the just 5 more minutes It may be tempting to stay under the quiet water amongst the leaves, but eventually you must write yourself back into something new. Interesting. Very interesting. Yes, I very much feel that this month, for October, and I've been having this kind of, oh, I'm a loser because I haven't written anything in a while. I have books I've started and I've never finished, and I'm just like, why? Why haven't I finished them? 2 of them are on the verge of being ending. They just gotta finish it. And then there's another one that's the full book is in my head. I just gotta put it on paper. Why am I not putting pen to paper? And I just keep hearing that small, still voice saying, you can't be a writer if you're not writing. So, yeah. Anyway, back to this. Okay, so my next one is from the new, what am I calling it? Ukiyo Tarot by Lo Scarabeo. The Lebanco Tarot is a Llewellyn deck. But look how pretty that is. And again, we got a man. And I did say I had a lot of animals. You'll see them. But this is interesting because we have dead leaves up here, or barely any, and then we have red leaves at the bottom, where there's almost like a new thought process. And he is, in fact, upside down, like the hangman should be. But I thought that was beautiful also. Let me see what it says, if it says anything in the book for that, real quick. The hangman, and you know it's Lo Scarabeo, but, and I have 30,000 languages, but let's see what it says. It says, seeing the world upside down allows this man to examine every situation from a unique perspective and discover secrets that are not normally accessible. The man's face and posture suggest that he is not there by punishment, but by his own free will, and his expression gives him a mystical look as if he were in deep meditation, alert to everything around him. Upright, sometimes a sacrifice is necessary to achieve your goal. Other times, a moment of interruption is best to pause and pay attention. Reversed, your vision has flattened. Seek new angles for approaching the matter at hand. Interesting. Short and sweet, and I love it. Beautiful card. Okay, Last Human. This is... I did show you the back of that. This is the Magical Hours Tarot. And I really haven't used this. And I think I figured out why it's the card stock. I don't like this card stock. But this is U.S. Games. Right? Yes. But I love... the cards are beautiful. They're just really glossy and really big. Fat. But I love that it's a woman. And she's pouring tea with her eyes closed. Upside down. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see what the book says on that. Real quick. And then I'll show you the other ones and then we'll go. Hermit, Wheel of Fortune. I haven't read the book on this at all. The Hangman. Afternoon. Even in the woods, there are moments of rest. The afternoon tea time with the fairies is a slow movement among the leaves. Our stride becomes more relaxed. Glances make us stop to pick up a pebble or twig, a gift from the woods. The afternoon is connected to the hangman. His energy is all wrapped up in non-doing, at least for now. His being upside down brings a change of perspective. Whether chosen or adopted because of circumstances, it makes little difference. The hangman knows of the mystery of knowing how to be, of waiting for the right moment, and making room for a new vision. With him waits ivy, a plant that blooms in autumn, following its own time and rhythm. However, with its choice to go against the current, it gives the bees their final pollen, the golden pollen of late summer, and you are able to stay. And then 4 p.m., plan a time to do absolutely nothing and indulge in yourself. Short and sweet also, but I think that's almost poetic in how it worded itself. So, or how they worded it. That's stunning. Next, we have the Soul Cats Tarot. Look how cute. I just want to show that off because I haven't looked at this deck in a while. And I love, love, love this deck. Love it. Next we have from also the Folkloric Forest, the sacrifice instead of the hanged man. He's making a sacrifice. So I told you that word would come back. There it is. And then we have from the Black Seed Tarot, the Hangman Sloth. He's so freaking cute. This is the Verdance Tarot. I love that. It's also a bird. It says the Hangman. Unicorn's Journey Tarot. I love that the hanged one is the freaking possum. So cute. So adorable. And then we got Three Trees Tarot. Which one do we want? We have both. These are probably my two favorites. We have the, oh my god. I just said it a while ago and I can't think of the name of the deck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Oh my gosh. Why can't I think of the name of this deck? The Hangman, the Hangmouse. So freaking cute. This is the Oak Ashen Thorn. That's my favorite one. He's caught in a storm, the Hangman. But they're both nice. Why can't I remember the name of this deck? Oh my god. It's probably the deck I'm going to be using. I was just talking about this to myself. Going, oh, I can blah, 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 blah. And now I'm like, I don't remember the name of the freaking deck. Is it showing here? On the card, extra cards. Oh my gosh. There's not an extra card in here like there is with the Oak Ashen Thorn, is there? Yes. Oh my gosh. The Heartwood Tarot. Oh my god. Why could not remember that? Yeah, I've decided this is my deck of the week coming. And I'll probably use the Oak Ashen Thorn with it just because it feels late summer, early fall, and that's where we're at. Well, we're in the middle of fall now, but we're almost in winter. December will be winter, but we're at the beginning of November. Anyway, I love these two. They're my favorite. They're so freaking cute. I don't know if this is now borderless because they redid the Oak Ashen Thorn, Smoke Ashen Embers, and the Oracle. But I don't know if they made them borderless. If they did, I might have to get this again because I don't like that there's one with borders and one without. But I love borderless, so... But I absolutely love this card. It's my favorite Hangman ever, and then this one's my runner-up. But that's all I have for you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good afternoon.